Good morning, and welcome to the 51st commencement exercises of the Priory School. Please remain standing. The invocation for the commencement exercises will be pronounced by Molly Bucola, Director of Campus Ministry.
Good morning. Let us remember that we're in the presence of God and each other. Heavenly Father, thank you for calling our extended community together this morning. We are grateful for the many blessings with which you have graced us throughout our years together. May we share with the world our individual gifts and talents. May we be hospitable by listening with the ear of our hearts. We ask that your Spirit live with us as we venture on past this school year. Always we begin again. Amen.
Amen. It's okay to clap for the prayer. Please remain standing for the national anthem to be sung by the Priory Men's Quartet, Brian DeGiorgio, Nathan Page, Lucas Sarno, and Shi Hao Hong.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to call upon Timothy J. Molak to deliver the head of school's welcome. Mr. Molak.
Good morning and welcome to the Priory, which is a true American miracle, founded by a visionary group of Hungarian monks over 50 years ago. On behalf of the monastic community, our board of directors and trustees, administration, faculty, and staff, I welcome you to the commencement exercise for the class of 2011, our 51st graduating class. If you feel it's a little cool in here, I go back to 1996. Our graduation speaker is Shirley Temple Black. Her granddaughter is graduating. First year we put it in a tent, coldest morning we ever had. She goes, so much for global warming. So maybe that fits a little bit today. I welcome the parents of our graduates, our grandparents, relatives, and friends who are with us today, and a warm welcome to our commencement speaker, Tina Seeley. On this beautiful June morning, we gather to celebrate good times, the end of a course of study, a high school career, which has prepared each of them in mind, body, and soul for the next chapter of their lives. Many of us have been at this juncture, 17, 18 years old, end of high school, and know how excited they are, how they can't wait for this ceremony to be over. And as they look to the sunny horizon, which is their future, they are giddy with anticipation to what it's going to offer. And what is that future going to be? The faculty and staff have no doubt that they'll be involved in the solution to many of our current local and global problems. I mean, they have survived Rapture Day, so their opportunities see really no bounds. They are ready for this brave new world. They know that right-brainers will rule the future, that according to the design school at Stanford, you must think outside the box, that an open mindset is crucial to success and fulfilling their potential. that they are too old for Bieber fever, that recycling and composting is a fact of life, that whether to eat a carrot or a Pringle is really a no-brainer, that taking and surviving Mrs. Coppett's reading lab is going to save their bacon and make them the envy of their dorm mates in college, and that given all of our collective wisdom on this stage, it seems to come down to the fact that we do always begin again. You can't always know everything about life, no matter how much you study and reflect. There will always be some mystery. What you can do is enjoy each stage as you go through life, knowing that another, perhaps very different stage will follow. Certainly you're going to have difficult times, but those are really likely to be followed by happy and productive times. So just like your days and weeks at the Priory. So rise above the little things that keep you from attaining your goals, keep them in perspective, and never let them overwhelm you as you move through the 4 stages of life. Oh wait, did I mention the 4 stages of life? There are 4 stages to life that you have to look forward to. You believe in Santa Claus, you don't believe in Santa Claus. You are Santa Claus, and then you look like Santa Claus. Huh? This joke still works year after year. Thank you very much. So as you move through life, count your blessings. I think the Priory and our monks have been one of them. Your classmates and friends are certainly added to that list. Parents, family, and relatives who have supported you, provided an ear when needed, or money when you just had to have gas in the car, all are blessings that come mostly in smaller doses and size, but nonetheless allow you to be happier and stronger. I am hopeful that when a flame is needed, you provide it. Every gathering needs at least one person to be the spark that gets things going. I know you can't all be Alex Brugger, our ASB president, and be the spark, but hey, it's your turn now. You can be the person who can ignite and energize any group. When you consider all the rich possibilities of the world, I hope your desires know no bounds. So from Barkman to Wren, and all of you in between, June 12th is tomorrow, your first day as an alum of the Priory. And when you wake up and you say to yourself, "Go Panthers," and then in that misty-eyed moment that follows, I hope you can recall and believe in your heart your theme for the year. Thank God it's Priory. May the Benedictine force be with you all the days of your life, class of 2011. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moeller. Each year, a member of the graduating class is selected to deliver an address at the commencement exercises. This year's chosen senior is Corey Chung. Corey enrolled in the Priory 7 years ago. He has distinguished himself academically, athletically, and as a community member over the course of his time here. He is an accomplished musician, a mentor to underclassmen, and a tutor for academically underserved children. He was also the co-editor of this year's excellent yearbook. Corey is a man of myriad talents. Please welcome Corey Chung.
Mr. Molak, faculty, and guests, my fellow classmates, when you arrived here today on this beautiful Saturday morning, chances are you came to see the graduation of Woodside Priory's class of 2011. Most of you drove here early in the morning to see your son, daughter, grandson, granddaughter, brother, sister, cousin, niece, nephew, or friend celebrate a cornerstone achievement, surviving the 4-year monumental task of high school. After finding a seat in one of the many chairs on the cool green lawn, you promptly heard the nasal melody of the bagpipes slowly approaching. Finally, the awaited moment arrived. The seniors marched towards the stage, towards the next step of their lives. As they walked towards you, you first noticed the garments. Loose, black robes, draped over nearly the whole body, ladies carefully placed on their necks, and hats with a square top representing the college they will attend. But most of all, you notice different faces, countenances filled with a mix of calm, happiness, sadness, and excitement. These faces, you think, these are the faces that make up Woodside Priory's graduating seniors, the class of 2011. But what you and I see is different. When I look at my classmates sitting here, I don't just see 66 different students ready to enjoy their summer and partake in their college experience. No, when I think of the class of 2011, I think of a web, a beautiful, complex, convoluted web. For me, the first threads of the web appeared nearly 9 years ago. The Priory has been my second home for almost half of my life, perhaps even a bit more than that. I've attended the Priory since I was a meek, timid 6th grader, an astounding 7 years at the same school, through both middle school and high school. But even before I attended the Priory, I was familiar with the community. I still vividly remember my elementary school years at Law and Entrada. Every day, after school, I would rush out of the classroom, binder and books in hand, and slide into my father's green Volvo station wagon. And off we'd go to pick up my sister Alyssa from the suburbs of Sharon Heights to the grassy green, tree-filled hills of Portola Valley, from the busy, bustling chaos of my public school to the isolated tranquility of my sister's small private school. My dad drove this route so often that I memorized every nook and cranny of the journey. I knew that right after the change in speed zones, I would see a church on the right, and soon afterwards, a floral store on the left. I knew that as soon as I saw the randomly placed windmill on the left, we were seconds away from Priory. And I knew that as soon as we drove through the entrance of the school and past the multitude of trees, we'd hang a left and park right in front of Founders Hall, where my sister would await our arrival. That was back when I was a 4th grader. Since then, the spindles of my thread have strengthened exponentially. As the years passed, I've learned even more about the Priory, and especially about the community. I now know that if I wake up at 8:10 a.m., leave at 8:17, and speed through Sand Hill Road, I can make it at 8:29 and rush to my first class. I know every secret passage and route that Priory has to offer. And I know for certain to never, ever leave out free food, such as Cheez-Its or donuts, in Red Square, as all of it will be gone in 5 minutes tops. It was at the freshman retreat that I saw the true manifestation of the web. Among the towering redwoods in the campsite, the class participated in a peculiar icebreaker in which one student started with a spool of thick yarn. The student with the yarn would say something that would describe him or herself and then chuck the spool to another student. Among the shouts of adjectives and the chaos of tangled white yarn, something was created, a web connecting every student to one another. At the time, I didn't really understand the concept of the web. It was just a confusing mess of wasted wool, a bedlam used to energize the students after a peaceful and, frankly, boring talk. Yet as high school continued, it started to make sense. The web was no longer just a web. It was a connection. Each student had something to contribute, something unique to him or herself that helped strengthen the threads of the web that held each one of us together. Years passed since that activity. The Priory changed. The parking lot and the old bus stop were replaced by the music rooms, the black box, and the PAC. Red Square became Benedictine Square. The library transformed into the student center. Teachers came and went. And yet, through all these changes and transformations, the web remained. Some threads strengthened, others weakened. Some bonds were lost, new ones were created. Yet over the course of these years, the web remained, even strengthened by the experiences within the class. It's a close-knit community, one that I would never have known had I attended another school, and I consider this closeness, especially the bonds within the class of 2011, as the most important aspect of the Priory. Whether these students are aware of it or not, each person feels it. It's a gravitational force that we Priorians take for granted. The web remained. For me personally, I never really appreciated it until this year. Strangely enough, it truly hit me when I stayed in the Benedictine dorm, working on multivariable calculus with some of my fellow classmates. As any of the members of this class can tell you, the homework was a bit difficult, especially when there are no solutions to the hardest problems in the online textbook. As a result, we'd spend hours and hours collaborating to find a solution. We'd work through the wee hours of the night, burning the midnight oil to finish application problems on vector fields and joint probability density. And yet, despite, or perhaps due to, the fatigue-induced delirium, I enjoyed it. Among Jay's stacked Hot Pockets and soda cans, Kyle's interjections of inappropriate Korean words, Ron's screamo music, and Jachan's frustrated grunts, I actually had fun. Simply put, it was an epiphany. I never realized how comfortable I had grown with everyone in my class, how I could regard Paul's rants, Greg's fake Asian accent, and Branton's high-pitched taunts to as expected, even normal. Over these years, thanks to the closeness and eccentricity of our class, the Priories taught me the importance of a community. When I go to college, I will be dropped into a completely new environment. It's a new experience, filled with new people and new places. It might be what I expected, or perhaps something I never saw coming. Either way, Priory's shown me how much I value a community and how to create one. So, to the class of 2011 and the rest of the Priory students, listen here. As college approaches, and as you chase your dreams, never forget about community. Don't forget about what Priory has taught you, that your bizarre and crazy self, through your individuality, hospitality, integrity, and spirituality, will help contribute to whatever college you will attend. It's time to leave the Priory's nest and gentrify the roost of your future university. You're letting go of the web, searching to spindle a new one, from the sunny Stanford campus of California to the busy NYU buildings in the New York Island. But never forget about the first web we created, the web the Priory knows as us, the class of 2011. Thank you.
Thank you, Corey. Priorians. That's a new one on me. That's good. We're going to talk about the valedictorians. This year, the honor of valedictorian is awarded to 6 outstanding members of the graduating class. These students have excelled not only in their academic classes, earning a grade point average above a 4.0, but they have also demonstrated prowess on the performance stage, the athletic fields and courts, and dedication to serving their community. As I read your name, please come forward and receive your valedictory plaque from Mr. Molak. Emma Wren.
Yes.
According to her teachers, Emma is one of the most intellectually curious students they have had the pleasure of teaching. She is ambitious, motivated, and truly loves to learn. Emma is liked and respected by everyone in the Priory community. In her sophomore year, Emma was honored with the Priory's most prestigious honor, the St. Benedict Award. The recipients of that award personify the Benedictine ideal of respect for others, a concern for one's community, and a quest for truth through academic study. Emma's devotion to community service and academics is exceptional. But what really sets her apart is that beneath that soft-spoken exterior beats the heart of a rock star. She is a stealthy member of a rock band. Emma will continue her education at UC Santa Barbara in the fall. Katie Taylor. A 7-year Priory student, Katie has managed to blend tremendous academic talent with demonstrated leadership, heartfelt devotion to community service, and true athletic ability. Katie's academic record is unmatched in that she has taken more honors and advanced placement courses than any student in the graduating class. Working in conjunction with fellow seniors Rachel Landers and Rachel Lazarus, Katie devoted her senior project to researching, designing, vetting, and proposing a much-needed health curriculum for the Priory Upper School. With her wide array of academic and social interests and abilities, Katie will thrive at Brown University in the fall. Congratulations, Katie. Aran Nayebi. When Aran was in the 7th grade, he was already enrolled in advanced upper school math. His reputation as a math prodigy spread quickly through the community. By the time he had completed AP Calculus BC in the 9th grade, our math department realized that we needed to add a third post-BC Calculus math class to facilitate Aran's evolution in mathematics. In addition to, that's where multivariable calculus came from, by the way, that Corey referred to earlier. In addition to his passion for math, Aran loves to swim and play water polo. He has taught swim lessons to young children at the YMCA in Palo Alto, the city he'll call home for the next 4 years when he joins the Stanford University class of 2015. Congratulations, Aran. Grant Lynn. The only senior concurrently enrolled in AP Studio Art and AP Physics, Grant gives new meaning to the term Renaissance man. While his academic and artistic gifts are evident to everyone, Grant is also a self-taught piano player, plays the saxophone in our school orchestra, composes music, participates on Priory's track team, and loves to cook. Rumor has it that he could also compete successfully on Dancing with the Stars. With this broad array of talent, who knows what he'll choose to major in when he enrolls at UC Berkeley in the fall. Congratulations, Grant. Veronique Fiu. While Priory has been blessed with tremendous musicians and performers over the years, Veronique is one of the very rare students who combine her profound musical gift with an exceptional academic ability and an awe-inspiring work ethic. As a National Merit finalist, Veronique's intellectual capabilities ranked her with the best of the best high school seniors in the country. Intensely focused on pursuing a vocal performance major, Veronique has the capacity to succeed in any academic area. She is likely to double major in vocal music and French while a student at Northwestern University. This is all well and good, but our secret wish for Veronique is that she keeps sending those cookies. Congratulations, Veronique. Corey Chung. While Corey has been one of Priory's most outstanding students through the course of his 7 years here, he is also an exceptional pianist and self-taught guitarist. He further explored his passion for music by taking on the AP Music Theory curriculum this year. His 4 years on the yearbook staff, culminating in his co-editorship this year, are only eclipsed by his 7 years of one of Priory's scrappiest basketball players. Though he will be embarrassed at the mention of it, Corey managed a perfect score on his SAT this year and is still well loved by the members of his class. Corey will thrive next year as he brings his impressive list of accomplishments to Princeton University. Congratulations, Corey. The salutatorian. After consultation with the faculty, the head of school bestows the honor salutatorian upon a member of the graduating class who has been at the Priory for at least 2 years and who has made significant academic, athletic, artistic, social, and personal contributions to the school community. Arturo Ferrari enrolled at the Priory as a freshman after spending the summer on the Priory campus as a participant in the Peninsula Bridge program. As an eager ninth grader, Arturo was already determined to make the best of his Priory education. While his academic record is outstanding, Arturo is really defined by his exemplary personal qualities, his openness to others, his compassion, his commitment to the Benedictine values. To give back to the Peninsula Bridge program that served him so well, Arturo has worked each of his upper school summers mentoring young Bridge students. Passionate about music, Arturo is a member of Priory's concert choir, as well as a guitar player who willingly shares his talent with the school. Loved and respected by all of his classmates, the faculty and administration, Arturo will thrive as a freshman at Stanford University in the fall. This year's salutatorian is Arturo Ferrar. It is my pleasure to call upon Mr. Molak to introduce our commencement speaker, Tina Seeley.
Thank you, Brian. Tina is the executive director for the Stanford Technology Ventures Program, the Entrepreneurship Center at Stanford University School of Engineering. She teaches courses in creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship in the Department of Management Science and Engineering and within the Hasso-Plattner Institute of Design at Stanford. A recent CBS article had this to say: Tina Seeley may be the much-lauded director of the Stanford Technology Ventures Program, which is the Entrepreneurship Center at Stanford School of Engineering, as well as a successful author of 15 books. But at heart, she's really a rebel. Her latest book, What I Wish I Knew When I Was 20, a crash course on making your place in the world, lays out her advice for those just starting out in the world of work. Among other nuggets of hard-won wisdom, she explains her belief that while companies may not advertise for rule-breaking and trailblazing employees, these are exactly the sort of young people who end up doing amazing things in their careers. She's been awarded the 2009 Gordon Prize for the National Academy of Engineering, recognizing her as a national leader in engineering education. She's also received the 2008 National Olympus Innovation Award. The Priory is very honored to have Tina on campus today as our commencement speaker. Please join me in welcoming Tina Seeley.
Hello, graduates. This is an enormous honor for me to speak to you today. Congratulations to all of you, to your parents, to your teachers, and everyone who has been involved with making this happen. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that is near and dear to my heart, and that is creativity. And I don't normally read a talk, but I spent a lot of time crafting this, and so I'm actually going to read it today. I'm actually extremely passionate about creativity, and creativity as a tool for turning problems into opportunities. But I want to start by taking you on a journey. I'm going to take you to Europe, specifically to Oxford University, where in order to be admitted to All Souls College, prospective students have to take the one-word exam. Now, the one-word exam, it doesn't mean that the answer is one word, yes or no. It means the question is one word. The word can be innocence, or water, or integrity, and the students have to spend 3 hours writing using that one word as the prompt. Okay? Imagine this. In fact, the New York Times quoted an Oxford professor as saying that the unveiling of this word was once an event of such excitement that even non-applicants were reportedly gathering outside the college waiting for news of that word to waft out so they could think about what those words would inspire in them. This exam requires you to draw upon your patchwork quilt of knowledge and to creatively stitch together the material in a coherent story. It begs you to reach out across the breadth of your experiences and to draw a line through them in a meaningful way. There is no right answer to this exam. However, each response provides a rich insight into what you know, how you think, and the ways in which you connect ideas together. This assignment amplifies the fact that every single word provides an opportunity to stretch your imagination. This is incredibly empowering. In fact, Creativity should be baked into everything we do. Every word, every decision, every action we take is an opportunity for creativity. I can spend a considerable amount of my time thinking about this because I spend my time teaching students at Stanford and students around the world about creative problem solving. And I truly believe that we can unlock our natural creativity and to solve problems big and small anywhere we meet them. And today I'm going to share 3 of the keys, just 3 of the keys to unlocking your own creativity. And these are keys you can carry with you your entire life to college and beyond. The first key to creativity is observation. In fact, most people walk through life with blinders on, missing the most important opportunities in their midst. And I'm going to take you to Europe for another story. Richard Weissman is a professor at the University of Hertfordshire in the UK, and he studies lots of really interesting things. And he did a fascinating study where he wanted to see if some people are more lucky than others. So he put out a call and asked people who identified themselves as being really, really lucky or really, really unlucky to come in to do an experiment. And so he brought them in and he gave them a newspaper. And he asked each of these people to go through the newspaper and count the number of images, the number of photos in the newspaper. So here's what happened. The unlucky people went through the newspaper, and it took them several minutes, and they all got the number wrong. The lucky people, it took them a couple of seconds, and they all got the answer right. What happened? Well, these were not normal newspapers. He had made these newspapers such that inside the front page, when you opened it up, there was a big sign in 2-inch high font that said, "Stop counting. There are 43 pictures in this newspaper." Okay? The fact is, the lucky people saw it, and the unlucky people didn't see it at all. Because the unlucky people were just looking for the things that they were asked to look for, whereas the lucky people had their eyes open for things that might seem a little irrelevant, but ended up holding the key to the answer to the problem. In fact, he gave the unlucky people another chance at success. Halfway through the paper, he put another message, and it said, "Tell the experimenter you saw this message, and you will get 250 pounds. That's a lot of money." You know how many people claim that money? None. The fact is, the world is filled with 2-inch high messages waiting for you, but you need to open your eyes to see them. Okay? So, the first key to creativity is observation. Now for the second key. The second key is, when faced with a problem, you need to think about whether you're asking the right question in the first place. That is, are you framing the challenge correctly? Now here's a story from my creativity class at Stanford that demonstrates this. The first day of class, there are lots and lots of people who show up, and everybody is given a name tag. And halfway through the class, I say, you know what? I really don't like name tags at all. I find them extremely frustrating. Right? They are written too small for me to read them. They don't really have the information I want to know about you. They're often hanging around your belt. That's a little awkward. And they're sort of often flipped over so you can't read them in the first place. So I asked the students to redesign a better name tag. And they go and they print them bigger and they make them on movable chains and they do all sorts of things. They think they're being very clever. They think we're done with that project and that we're going to move on. And then I say, you know what? I think we asked the problem the wrong way. What are name tags for in the first place? Why do we use them? And at first they think, kind of, you're crazy. Why are you asking this? But we start unpacking all the reasons we use name tags and realize name tags are really introduction devices. Aha, they're introduction devices. So what I asked them to do is go back in their teams and redesign a brand new introduction device. And you know what they come up with? Totally amazing things. Imagine, one group came up with, instead of having a name tag, your entire shirt has written with all sorts of things about you. Things that are serious, things that are funny, things that might be somewhat provocative. Other group came up with a hat that has a moving banner with new information that is revealed throughout a conversation. You know, did you know I have a new cat? I don't know, whatever it is. Another group came up with the idea of a little earpiece that you wear, and in this earpiece it whispers information that is relevant on a need-to-know basis about the person you're talking to, maybe how to pronounce their name or the name of their spouse or what their biggest hobby is. So the fact is, the way that you frame the problem is incredibly important. This assignment demonstrates that it's dramatically important to think about the questions we ask, and that the problems are really fit within those frames. So we frame the problem incorrectly, the answer which fits in that frame isn't going to work. Okay? So you want to make sure the frame is the appropriate size and looking in the right direction to come up with the right answers, or the most creative and clever answers to the problems that face you. The third key to creativity is your attitude. Now let me take you this time to China for a final story to show you how this works. A couple of years ago, I was in China, and I was running a conference. And I got there a day early, and a colleague of mine went over to the Forbidden City. We were in Beijing, and he actually works and lives in Thailand. And some of his students from Thailand happened to be in Beijing, and they came running up to him and said, "Hello, hello, how wonderful to see you. Guess what? Tomorrow, we're going to the Great Wall at sunrise." And I said, "Oh, that sounds amazing. I would love to go to the Great Wall at sunrise. That sounds so magical and amazing." I said, "I am not going to leave Beijing before I go to the Great Wall at sunrise," because I had to run a conference and I couldn't go the next day with them. So I started telling all my colleagues about this. They got very excited. They all wanted to join me. So I now had an entourage of people who wanted to go with me to the Great Wall at sunrise. I thought this would be an easy task to accomplish. So I went to the concierge at the hotel, and I said, "Can you help me do this?" And they said, "No, sorry." Now you have to realize it's a 3-hour drive. You have to leave at 3 in the morning to get there at 6 in the morning to watch the sunrise. So they said no. I said, "Oh, okay." So I went to the taxis outside the hotel, and I said, "Excuse me, can anyone help me do this?" They said no. So I said, "Okay, fine." I asked some of my colleagues at the university if they could help me, and they said, "Sorry, we can't do that for you." Now I'm getting frustrated. And I realized, you know what? I teach creativity, and I teach my students that every problem is an opportunity for creative solution. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity, and I'm now faced with this problem. It better be an opportunity. So I said, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I took one of the projects I give my students, and I said, I'm going to use it myself. And what I do is I tell them, find an object, I don't know, any object, a pair of glasses, a water bottle, a bottle of wine, and figure out how that object is going to help you solve your problem. And I was remembering a situation where one of my students did this. She had to move some very heavy and big furniture from her apartment in the East Bay across to the peninsula. And she didn't have a car big enough. And she figured, how was she going to do this? If she couldn't do it, she was going to have to leave that furniture there. So she looked around her room, and there was a case of wine left over from a graduation party. She said, oh, how is that case of wine going to help me move my furniture? It seemed non-obvious, right? But within a couple of minutes, she said, you know what? I could go into Craigslist and barter. I could say, I will give this case of wine to someone who can drive me and my furniture across the bay. Within 2 hours, she had her furniture moved. So I said, I'm going to use the same approach. So I looked around, and across the street, there was a school where they taught English. And I said, okay, I'm going to use that school that teaches English. Someone there is going to help me with this. So I walked in and talked to the woman who was at the front desk. And again, she said, I'm really sorry, I can't help you. But talk to this young man who's sitting over there. He speaks English really well. He's 17 years old, and he's really bright. He speaks English. Go chat with him. So I went over and I started talking to him. And he introduced himself, and he was a musician and an athlete, a really good student. He was applying to college. And I said, wonderful, I actually teach at Stanford University. You probably got the punchline. Okay. So I said, really? He said, I would desperately love to go to Stanford. That was like my dream. I said, okay, I have a deal for you. If you are able to get me and my colleagues to the Great Wall at sunrise tomorrow morning, now it's 5 o'clock at night, we need to be picked up at 3 in the morning, I will write a letter of recommendation for you for college. Sound like a pretty good deal? How long do you think it took him to say yes? About a microsecond, okay? So he was all in to help me in this project. He pulled out all stops. He found a driver. He found a van. He came and met the group. He came along. He was the translator. He made the entire thing happen. And the fact is, I couldn't have been happier to write him a letter of recommendation. In fact, I have written him now many letters of recommendation as he has gone on in different stages of his academics. And in fact, I brought him out to Stanford for a week a couple of years ago. So the fact is, your attitude is an incredibly important part of creative problem solving. If you don't have the attitude that you can solve a problem, you're not going to. And having that mindset is an incredibly powerful thing that you control. So it's important to remember that your life is going to be filled with many, many wonderful opportunities. It's also going to be filled with many surprising challenges. You can turn those challenges into opportunities by tuning up your creativity. The first key to unlocking your creativity is observation, paying acute attention to the world around you. The second key is to carefully craft the frame for the problems you face, opening up the frame when needed. And the third key is cultivating an attitude that you can solve your problems. With this mindset, instead of problems, you'll see potential. And instead of obstacles, you'll see opportunities. Remember that every word, every situation, and every challenge provides you with an opportunity to pull out these keys to unlock your creativity. Thank you very much.
There's probably a lot of faculty that want to sign up for your course now. You know, we'll be over there. We'll be over this fall. On behalf of the Priory and the students, the class of 2011, we want to present you with this gift. In here are some attitude adjustment things and some things that will help you be creative. Thank you, too.
The Dean of Students Community Service Award. The Dean of Students Award was established to recognize that member of the graduating class who has consistently demonstrated an exceptionally high degree of participation in service to school and community. This year's recipient has demonstrated leadership and service on a consistent and exemplary basis throughout her years at the Priory. Her quiet, determined leadership in the classroom, her competitiveness on the athletic field, her commitment to Priory student government, her work as an intern trainer for the sports teams, as a model retreat team leader, and as a member of the nationally recognized robotics program, all set a high standard for future Priory seniors. Though it is difficult to imagine where she found the time, this year's winner is also a pilot. She will surely take New York University by storm in the fall. The Dean of Students Award goes to Devin Arrington. The Benignus F. Barat Citizenship Award. The Father Benignus F. Barat Citizenship Award is determined by a vote of the faculty of the Priory and is presented to a member of the graduating class who exemplifies the moral and ethical standards of the school. The recipient must be an involved member of the community demonstrating loyalty, leadership, and service. Throughout her years at the Priory, this young woman has modeled these qualities in an exemplary fashion. In the classroom, she has manifested consistent and conscientious effort. A passionate and talented member of the soccer team, she has demonstrated leadership, compassion, and understanding on the field. Both on and off campus, she models the qualities and characteristics of a genuinely concerned citizen who strives to be of service to those less fortunate than herself, be they children in East Africa or students in the Tenderloin. She manifests profound respect for the individuality of each member of the community. Santa Clara University will be lucky to welcome her in the fall. I am pleased to announce that the Citizenship Award is presented to Kira Galvan. The Academic Dean's Award. The Academic Dean's Award was established to recognize the student in the graduating class who has consistently demonstrated true joy in learning, and for whom learning is a reward unto itself. This student, in the opinion of the dean and upon consultation with the faculty, has manifested passion for intellectual growth and demonstrated academic excellence. Upon arriving at the Priory in his freshman year, this young man distinguished himself as an enthusiastic student, a gifted musician, and a young man with sincere concern for the well-being of others. He manifested his innate leadership abilities by being selected for 2 successive terms as a prefect in the residential life program. He volunteered in a recreational camp for autistic children, where he encouraged the young campers to develop a sense of independence and confidence. In the classroom, he is recognized as a generous team player, as well as a conscientious and gifted student. This year's recipient will enroll at Cornell University in the fall. I am proud to announce that the winner of this year's Academic Dean's Award is Jay Kim. The Head of School Award. When Kim Carlisle made the decision to transfer to Priory in the 8th grade, it was a bold move. She left behind the comfort and familiarity of being one of 3 triplets, all attending the same school. Kim took on this challenge as an opportunity to carve out a name for herself. Upon her arrival here, Kim jumped enthusiastically into a wide array of Priory activities. Due to her generosity, unerring moral compass, friendly demeanor, and level-headedness, Kim has done exactly what she set out to do, made her Priory experience uniquely her own. She has been a devoted advocate and supporter of the school, particularly in the area of social justice. PRISM, a class retreat leader, a tutor to low-income kids, a Priory school ambassador, president of the National Honor Society, a first-team all-league tennis player, and a pro bono babysitter for the Lavages, which is no small undertaking, I can tell you. Kim has done high school on her own terms. In her freshman year, Kim received the Priory's highest honor, the St. Benedict Award. She has continued to embody Priory's 5 core values: hospitality, community, spirituality, individuality, and integrity. She will bring her array of talents to the University of Virginia in the fall. Congratulations, Kim Carlisle. The St. Benedict Award. The St. Benedict Award is the most prestigious award given at the Priory. It is presented to a member of the graduating class who, in the opinion of the faculty, best personifies the ideals presented in the Rule of St. Benedict. These ideals can be summarized as a respect for self, respect for others, and a respect and appreciation for one's environment. For 7 years, this year's St. Benedict Award recipient has consistently demonstrated the Benedictine qualities of individuality, community, integrity, spirituality, and hospitality. From his thoughtful and uniquely insightful participation in class to his gracing the stage as a wonderful and courageous actor. From sharing Priory's hospitality with strangers in strange lands to being a gifted artist and filmmaker. From eloquently sharing his wisdom and thoughtful reflections on the senior retreat to single-handedly undertaking a fundraising effort to benefit the victims of the earthquake in Japan. No one has done more to deserve this honor than this year's recipient. He will move to New York City in August to pursue the study of film at New York University. I am proud to announce that this year's winner of the St. Benedict Award is Travis Johnson. It's time. I'm sure you're ready. Mr. Molak, as head of the Upper School and Academic Dean, it is my proud responsibility to present to you the candidates of the class of 2011 who have completed the course of study prescribed for graduation and have thus earned the right to a Priory diploma. Lauren Janice Barkman. With Dean's Honors, David Bernard Bellison. With Dean's Honors, Brian Andrew Bevilacqua. Ariana Gabriela Bickel. Gregory Donald Biles. With Head of School Honors, Alexander John Hubert Bruger. Clayton Brock Cadwell. Kendra Marie Carano. With Dean's Honors, Kimberly Elizabeth Carlisle. Vanessa Chang. With Benedictine Honors, Corey Kai Chung. With Dean's Honors, Yenteng Selina Chung. With Dean's Honors, Andrew Jacob Clark. Melanie Ann Conde. Nicole Catherine Dancer. Nurdidagagin Gimba Dilangalin. With Dean's Honors, Devin Elaine Arrington. Alexandra Fry Febreau. I forgot to say with Dean's Honors for Noor because I was so nervous about saying his name. Noor graduated with Dean's Honors. I've been practicing for 9 days. And we're not through the hard part yet. With Head of School Honors, Arturo Ferrari. Evan Alexander Filipchik. With Benedictine Honors, Veronique Marie Thieu. With Dean's Honors, Keira Yasmin Galvan. Paul Haley. With Dean's Honors, Carrie Betts Hampton. With Head of School Honors, Matthew James Hill. John Gabriel Jernick. With Head of School Honors, Jiang Jiachun. With Dean's Honors, William Travis Johnson. Kim Dong-young. With Head of School Honors, Kim Jae-hwan. With Head of School Honors, Kim Min-ah. Kim Yu-chen. Arnaud Kojo Pashavi. Rachel Alexandra Landers. I did it to Arnaud too. Arnaud graduated with Dean's Honors. Thank you, Arnaud. My apologies. Good Lord. With Dean's Honors, Rachel Esme Lazarus. Im Sing Jin. Im Sing Won. With Benedictine Honors, Lin Hao Wei. Connor Lee Mather. With Head of School Honors, Kyle Thomas Montgomery. With Benedictine Honors, Aran Nayebi. With Dean's Honors, Joan Pak. Caroline Ann Pillsbury. Elena Rosalia Page. With Dean's Honors, Colton Robert Francis Pervin. With Dean's Honors, Matthew Christian Putnam. Alexandra Maria Quinby. Ashley Karina Reyes. Danielle Renat. Anne Rachel Schaefer. Alexandra Marie Schnabel. With Head of School Honors, Colin Fields Schreiner. Elizabeth Marie Summers. Zandalee Springs. With Benedictine honors, Marcus Laszlo Strohmeyer. With Dean's honors, Tha Da-un. Guillermo Talancón. With Benedictine honors, Catherine Claire Taylor. Alex Jean Traeger. With Head of School honors, Jimmy Tran. Justin C. With Dean's honors, Sung Chen Che. Michael Allen Wan. Catherine Poole Wick. Brandon Lloyd Wilhite. With Dean's honors, Rebecca Lauren Wilson. With Benedictine honors, Emma Dorothy Wren. Will the class of 2011 please stand? I proudly present to you the Priory School graduates of 2011. Congratulations.